This Sunday, Pastor asked us, what's got your goat? And a lot of us have heard that term many times but didn't know where it came from. And he explained to us that a long time ago when horse racing became very popular in the United States, thoroughbred horses were bred to be running horses, but they were also kind of skittish and anxious horses. So before the race, they figured out that if they put a goat with a horse in the same stall, it would calm the horse down and they in turn would race better. So got your goat came from people that were betting against the horse that they didn't like. They would take that horse's goat, so the goat would be all anxious and excitable before the race, and therefore it wouldn't perform as well as it needed to. So I thought that was really interesting. I'd never heard that before. But speaking of goats and, say, sheep, in the Old Testament, in Ezekiel 34, sheep represent God's people. So we are sheep and we are God's people. And why is that? Because sheep follow, and God is our shepherd. Jesus is our shepherd. So sheep, by nature, they follow. Sheep are dependent. They're not independent. And that's what God wants us to be. He wants us to be dependent on Him and not do things in our own way and the way that we think they should be done. And sheep are submissive. So goats are resistant. We don't want to be a goat. Goats are independent. Goats are driven on their own accord. So in the Old Testament, in Leviticus 17, God talks about the idolatry and immorality of being a goat. So, of course, we aren't really sheep or goats. I get that. But it's just kind of a play on words. And so Pastor talked about and asked us, what's got our goat? Is Jesus letting some things happen in our life right now that maybe we don't like? And maybe it's making it kind of rough for us. Well, maybe He's just kind of showing us that, you know what? Go to Him. If everything we need to do, we do it through Jesus, we will have successful lives. And to get rid of those idols in our lives that we tend to, I guess, put more emphasis on them than we do on Jesus. And so we are all guilty of having other idols in our lives. Some of it might be money, cars, TV, you name it. But anyways, God's obviously telling us that's wrong, and He wants us to be dependent on Him, and of course always trust in the Lord. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.